little introduction about our company and who we are. Huenei, it's an IT services company founded in 1995. Nowadays, we have more than 350 associates, and we have an operation here in Argentina, Chile, Mexico, and the States. Our delivery centers are in Argentina. We have 2 delivery centers, and nowadays we are working not only from here, but also from Chile. So let me tell you a little bit more about our innovation lab. In our innovation lab, we are working with machine learning, blockchain, and extended reality. Today, Rodrigo, who is a participant of our innovation lab, is going to tell you a little bit more about blockchain and the uses of this technology for everyday business. Some of our clients, those that work with us today, more than 100, are McAfee, SunHound, Myland, Bayer, Walmart, Oracle, and lots more. They are working with us, and we are providing them with different kinds of services. So, without any further delay, I would like to introduce you to Rodrigo. Rodrigo is our electronic engineer and blockchain specialist, and he's the one who is going to take the webinar from now on. My name is Juan Pablo Chain. Thank you very much for joining us today. And please, Rodrigo, go ahead.
Okay, hello. Thanks, Juan Pablo, for the introduction. Welcome, everybody, to this webinar about enterprise blockchain. Okay, there you can see the outline of this presentation. We will talk about the blockchain definition, a practical blockchain definition. Then we will discuss some technical aspects to support the features of blockchain. Then features of an enterprise blockchain, which are the characteristics of this kind of technology. We will see also common enterprise use cases. And we will conclude with a review of a case study. An employee benefit program is the last development related with blockchain here at Huenei. So let's start. Okay, blockchain can be defined as a distributed digital ledger, immutable, where it is possible to record everything that is valuable. It is a practical definition. It's not the technical one, but the idea is what it solves. It solves the need of a single source of truth. It provides security, integrity, and availability to each participant of the network. It provides also transparency and accessibility to each participant, and it reduces cost related to intermediaries and the cost of transaction. It means in a blockchain network that the truth is related with the network per se. So you don't need third parties, okay? How is it solved? Well, basically applying decentralization and distribution. The idea behind decentralization is no owner or several owners, no only one owner of the information. Regarding with distribution, it means a lot of peer, a lot of computer running the same platform and agreeing when to modify the blockchain. It strongly employs cryptography. There are cryptography everywhere. There are cryptography between your PC and the blockchain application. There is cryptography in each block of the blockchain. There is cryptography in the consensus mechanism to agree to add new information. So it uses strongly cryptography. And also performing consensus. Consensus means more than one peer must agree to add a new information. Not the whole network, but at least which are involved in one transaction. Okay, let's start with some technical aspect. First, we will see the blockchain. A blockchain is a data structure which is made of block with a chain of hashes. A hash is a cryptographical function which provide only one number, which means the content of the block. A block typically has a timestamp, which means a date and an hour. The transaction, which is the important part of the blockchain. Nonce, in this case, is related with the implementation used with Bitcoin or Ethereum. It's also something solved with cryptography. And it includes the hash to the previous block, and a known hash is calculated. So it is a cryptographically secure transaction which can be only added. It means you can change a block in the middle because the hash changed. You can delete a block because the hash changed. So it produces a traceable solution which is immutable and which is strongly secure. Okay. Related with the network, typically you have a central server, maybe 2 or 3 servers, and a lot of computer, the user connected to this server. So if somebody attack your server, your application didn't work anymore. In case of the blockchain, a peer-to-peer network is employee. It means a network of peers where everybody is connected with another peer. So it is always running. Okay, so it's a peer-to-peer network without a single point of attack, which provide nodes which contribute to the storage of the blockchain and to perform consensus. So more than one peer need to agree again to add new information. In this manner, you have something decentralized and distributed. Consensus is the mechanism employed for the nodes to agree to add a new block. There are some more slow and high computational complexity, which are using, for example, with Bitcoin or Ethereum, which are open network with a lot of people there, anonymous people there. And there are some alternatives, mainly in the case of enterprise blockchain, where you know who is participating of the network. So in this case, you can relax a little the consensus to be faster, but a little less secure. And finally, in this section, it's important to talk about the smart contract. There are small if-then style programs running in the blockchain infrastructure. It means it is something like if a blockchain is similar to a database, a smart contract is something like a small program running in the infrastructure of the database. Okay, they are employed to set and get status of the ledger, the data, the status of the data. Is where to implement the protected business logic. It means if you are dealing with an asset, which is an asset. In case of cryptocurrency, well, we can talk about Bitcoin. The asset is the token, the cryptocurrency per se. But you can also have an asset as a representation in the digital world of something in the physical world. I mean, it could be a table, a car, a building, a ticket for a movie. It could be anything. So if you are dealing with asset, you must implement how to change the owner of the asset inside of the blockchain. Okay, how? With the smart contract. The idea is to execute secure transactions, removing human intermediaries. Normally, a smart contract, there are a lot of languages program. You can use Go, No, Java. There are some particular languages such as Solidity, which is used in Ethereum. Okay, let me say that the technologies used by blockchain, we can say cryptography, peer-to-peer peers, and the network, something like that, there are more than 30 years of experience in this kind of technology. But the first successful application of blockchain was Bitcoin from 2009. And at that time was not blockchain, was only the first application. Between 2012 and 2015, it appeared Ethereum, which also introduced a smart contract. Ethereum is the first implementation as blockchain, as concept. And 2 years later, appears the first enterprise blockchain, which has special features we will discuss. One of the most important projects is Hyperledger, and in particular, Hyperledger Fabric is the flagship platform of the Hyperledger project. The Hyperledger project is a project of the Linux Foundation, which with the idea of being an umbrella project for enterprise blockchain. There are different enterprise blockchain. One of them, Hyperledger Fabric, which is the blockchain that we use in our designs. Which are some of the important features of an enterprise blockchain? Well, the participation must be private, and network need to be permissioned. It means, in case of Bitcoin, Ethereum, you can create a wallet. A wallet is where you store your credential, cryptographically secured credential, and you can use this wallet to register it in the blockchain. So in case of an enterprise blockchain, you have also a wallet, but you must be registered in the network and you will have some permission, okay? You will see some part of the blockchain. You can create several channels in an Hyperledger Fabric. You can create different channels, each related with different people participating in, okay? Also, you need high transaction throughput performance and low latency of transaction confirmation. These two things are not present in Bitcoin or the first implementation of Ethereum, but are present in Hyperledger Fabric. The idea is you need a speed. You need, maybe you are a credit card and you have 50 million of transactions per day, you need a speed, okay? And also important, the privacy and confidentiality of the transaction. In case of Hyperledger Fabric, it was developed by IBM, and it was donated to the Hyperledger project. Let me say that in the enterprise blockchain world, the two more common platforms are Ethereum, which is more related with the business to consumer relationship, Hyperledger for business to business. Okay, some of the common enterprise use cases are related with banking and insurance, retail, healthcare, and governance. It's normal to have a blockchain to move an asset. So you will use the blockchain for asset management. It could be also used for data sharing. You need to move a paper or some information related to, so you can use also for that. One of the biggest uses today is also supply chain. In the case of supply chain, the idea is to employ the traceability and the immutability to know the origin of something. It was created here, it was transported by a truck, it was here, and there. In this case, it's common to implement IoT devices to take, for example, GPS information or the temperature of a product, something like that. So it is a very good application in case of retail. In case of banking and insurance, you know, there are a lot of paper around the banks and finance, and not only in the same country, also within other countries, so it's very useful there. In case of healthcare, it's used as the history for the history of the patient, or also to the supply chain of the drugs, something like that. And in case of governance, there are a lot of applications there. You can use blockchain as digital identification for the citizen. You can use blockchain to speed up papers. You can use blockchain, well, everywhere. Yeah, there are some examples, maybe in Dubai, which they are performing all in a government blockchain. So these are more common enterprise use cases. And in particular, we will see as an example an employee benefit program. Again, it is one of the last development here at Huenei. You can see there one of the main screen where, well, sorry, this presentation, the screen is in Spanish because the application was for here, for Argentina. But let me show you, you can see here rules, rewards, movements, messages, emission, which means create a point, and security. The idea of the application is to create points to provide to the employee when they perform something, maybe a webinar, so they can earn 10 points. So you then can recollect points and change for a reward, maybe a gift card, maybe a product, maybe to eat a pizza, something like that. You can see here, we have, this is the emission screen where you can see we can create points. The points are inside of the blockchain, is the asset of the blockchain. Here you can configure how many money means a point to see, to have an idea of the size of the reward. You can see different areas asking for point. Let me say that the roles of this program are admin to configure the system and to create or to add new users. The meter who produce new points. Areas, you can have different areas such as human resources, commercials, and more. The users and partners. The partners are who provide the rewards. Okay, the idea of the life cycle of an asset, in this case of a point, you can see in orange optional step. So optionally, an area can ask for, I need some quantity or a quantity of point for this year. The meter could create more points or use previously created points. So the meter assign this point to the area. The area, when a user has his birthday or when it gives a presentation or everywhere, provides point to the user. User can share points. Maybe they went to take a pizza or eat a pizza, so they can share his point to change it to a partner for a product. Why blockchain in this case? Why blockchain for this application? First, it involves money, okay? The points are a representation of money. So it's very important to have a secure platform for that. Then they will be, this platform will be online accessible. So regarding with cybersecurity reason, it's a good idea to employ a blockchain to avoid a hack. To avoid human mistakes, also, let me say that the rules are specified in the blockchain, so they can be changed by another quantity of point or something like that. Also, it can happen that one admin can change something in the database. In case of blockchain, it can occur, okay? To add transparency and to set up a trusty environment within the company, the employees, and the partners, okay? Is to share an environment where you are confident that all is true, all is okay, there is no tampering in the middle. Yep. This is our architecture. We will have users interacting through web, mobile, or a desktop application. It is developed with Node. Then we will have the backend with support and API REST. It is writing in Go. And we use the SDK, the software development kit for Go, provided by the Hyperledger Fabric project. Then you can see an example of a simple Hyperledger Fabric network. In this case, we will using only one network channel, but you can have 2 or 3 or more network channel. Each network or each channel implement its own ledger. It means you will have different blockchain. Only the person which are involved in the channel, we will have the blockchain, the access to the blockchain. Then you will have a CA. A CA is a certificate authority, is the part of the system which produce certificate to authenticate the users. You will have several peers. A peers is who process the smart contract and try to update the database, the ledger, but it depends on the orderers. You will have more than one orderer who ordered precisely the transactions and say, it's okay, the consensus, it's okay, you can write the new state of the ledger, the blockchain. Yep. And using smart contract, we solve. In one smart contract, we solve the point and the ownership. In other one, we solve the user management. And finally, in a third one, we solve the rules. In this case, we have an application where a lot or several points could have the same owner, okay, the same user. So in this case, it's a good idea to have solved the asset called points with an owner. So we will change the owner, it depends on the transaction. The user are protected inside or authenticated against the blockchain. And I previously said that the rules are also protected in the blockchain. The idea is to avoid somebody changing some rule, maybe multiplicating the quantity of point or something like that. The good point is also that if something happens, you can read all the state of the blockchain to see who performed what and when, so you can detect if somebody tried to do something illegal or something like that. Well, to conclude, we can say that a blockchain network is a technical infrastructure that provides the ledger and smart contract services to application. Okay, it's a new kind of infrastructure, which well, we can say that the data structure, the distributed network, the cryptographic treatment, and the use of consensus provide immutability, traceability, and security. For sure, it's a good thing in a lot of applications. Okay, the smart contract design implies a new programming paradigm. It means, if you remember, I say a smart contract are a small program, something like if then. Well, you need to check if this user have the permission, so or then you need to check the quantity of point. In this case, you need to be very conservative and to be sure that you can act in the blockchain. Well, only to repeat, enterprise blockchain is mainly distributed between Ethereum for business to consumer relation and Hyperledger Fabric to business to business. Let me add something like, for example, you know Forbes, the periodic publication. Well, the last 3 years, they were producing a list with the 50 blockchain implementer. You know, we are talking about important companies, and almost all of the 50% are related with Hyperledger Fabric. And there are also others Hyperledger project platform there. And in second place is a case of Ethereum and Quorum, which is the enterprise version. It's one of the most famous enterprise version of Ethereum. Also, let me say, for example, Amazon. Amazon provide a blockchain service. It was working from years ago with Hyperledger Fabric, and recently Ethereum was added. So let me say that the world is there. It's around Ethereum or Hyperledger Fabric. And I think that it's the favorite one, Hyperledger Fabric. So we work with Hyperledger Fabric. Okay. So let me know if you has some question. You can use the Q&A form. And are you there, Juan Pablo?
Yes, here I am. Thank you very much, Rodrigo. It
You're
was
welcome.
very interesting, and I hope everyone likes this webinar. We are going to give a few seconds for if there is anyone who have any question or any comment related with what Rodrigo have already told us. And if we have that, we use that to continue. Let's see. Give me a minute. I have a question here.
Yep.
Yeah, this is a question from Matt. He says, "Hi there, Rodrigo. I have a question. Does blockchain always imply cryptocurrency?"
Okay, it's a good question because nowadays, there are a lot of new related with Bitcoin or the cryptocurrency. So you can think blockchain is only for cryptocurrency. The truth is not. In case of open networks such as Ethereum, you need a cryptocurrency also to develop your own application, because you need to avoid something like an infinite loop requesting resources and go down to the network. In case of enterprise blockchain, it's common not to have a cryptocurrency. You can if you need it, but it's not mandatory. Hyperledger Fabric don't have a token or a cryptocurrency by default. You can implement it, but it's not in the core of the implementation. So the answer is not. It's not necessary. You can use blockchain for something totally different for cryptocurrency, such as retail in the supply chain. There you are only breathing information about this product was there with this GPS coordinate and with a specific temperature. So no, the answer is no. You don't need always a cryptocurrency.
Okay, thank you very much, Rodrigo. I have another question here. This is an anonymous one, and it says, what will happen with blockchain and its security when quantum computers are available there?
Okay. Well, it's a good question. It's a common question. I have no an answer. The idea is, in case of the quantum computer, they are very, very, very fast to break some well-known algorithm related with cryptocurrency, but they can break all the algorithm related with cryptocurrency. So the different platforms are implementing some new mechanism using different algorithm. It's a complex material, but they are working on that. So we must be not afraid, at least not in the coming years. Okay.
Okay, but anyway, and just this is from me, Rodrigo.
Yep.
I think that we have to expect at least a few years until we can use quantum computers in a
Yes.
common way.
Yes. I agree. I think at least 10 years more. So.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Well then, another quick question here we have, and it says, why do you use different platforms like Hyperledger and other to basically solve the same problem on enterprise blockchain?
Well, the thing is that there are a lot of platforms. You can choose only one and work with this one. I understand your question is related with why Hyperledger has a lot of enterprise blockchain implementation. Well, the idea is to be an umbrella project of all the available enterprise blockchain solutions. And there are because it solves different problem. I mean, Hyperledger Fabric is a general purpose implementation, but you have some implementation specifically tailored for Internet of Things devices, something to improve the speed. I mean, with different objectives in mind. So it is the reason to have a lot of implementation, but again, the flagship is the Hyperledger Fabric solution, which was used, for example, for Walmart. Well, it's very used by EVM implementation. So for us, it's a very good solution.
And let me get a little bit deeper there, related
Yep.
with this case you mentioned about Walmart, and we know that Walmart is one of the ones that start with this in supply chain. What can you tell us about it?
Well, Walmart is starting working, I think, 2016 with EVM. They always work together, but they work specifically in blockchain. They start with two problems. One of them was related with pork, because they have some problem related with contamination and it in place to throw up a lot of pork. Well, the money involved, so they implement and involve resources to implement a solution called food track. So it is directly a solution, food track. You can ask for this service, for example, for EVM. And it is also a flagship solution in the case of retail. It's a very a very good example of how to solve a problem with blockchain, a real world problem with blockchain.
Okay, then. Well, I don't know if there is, yeah, we don't have any other question. So that will be it. Thank you very much, Rodrigo.
You're
Thanks,
welcome.
everyone. I don't know, Rodrigo, if you want to say something before we close our webinar.
No, okay. Well, first, thanks to all the assistants. We are actively working in this technology. We are developing application. It is a difficult new paradigm, but we have already designers of smart contract. We have already DevOps creating network and infrastructure. So we want to invite you to be near of Huenei in this new application paradigm and to ask if you have a problem to solve.
Of course, it will be great for us if you have any problem or anything that you want to share with us, or if you think that we might work together in any solution for us. For us, it will be a pleasure. And of course, we would like to be there. We know that we can be there with you different ways. So you can count with us from the planning and the definition of the requirements until the startup of the final project, as we say. So we would like to get there together wherever it is you want to go. Thanks a lot. You have our contact. We will try to get you and have a meeting, whatever you want. We are here for you.